Here's 4E from last night. Okay, so 4E says, you ready, girls? 4E says cotangent of theta plus sine theta all over 1 plus cos theta equals cosecant theta. Okay, any suggestions here? Shall help you guys do these, okay? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all the weird things that are like cosecants and cotangents and secants. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to pick a random person, that person being Ben. If you can tell me please what cotangent equals. Yeah, cos over sine. Can you please tell me what cosecant equals? 1 over sine. Okay. I just did that first because when you're always doing these questions, you want to sort of look at the left and look at the finishing point for what we're going to do. So this is looking okay. This is starting to look all right. So what side are we going to start with, Kylie? The left side or the right side? Yeah, left side. Now, how am I going to do this? We'll choose the left-hand side. This looks good. I want to cheat, but I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to do this the way you guys would do this, hopefully. Can I get somebody to give me a suggestion on how I would deal with the left-hand side here? Yeah, go ahead. Common denominator works for me. Somebody other than David. Do this, please. Someone other than David, what's my common denominator going to be? And if your hand is not in the air, you should be thinking with this. What's our common denominator going to be here? Dan, go ahead. Sine. Yeah? No. Sorry. 1 plus cos. No. Sine times 1 plus cos. Right? So just think, if you think of how fractions go, sorry, I don't say let's work together for a solution, okay? If you think the way fractions go from grade 8 or you learned them, right? If you get 1/2 and 2/3, the common denominator is going to be 6. The way we got that right was 2 times 3. So our common denominator here is going to be sine times 1 plus cos. Okay, on where that came from? Yes, we're okay, I hope. Okay, and this other one here is going to be what my dream. Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, no. What my dream is that's going to happen is that when we simplify the numerators, I'm going to be left with 1 plus cos, and I'm just going to be able to do cancel, and left with 1 over sine. That's what I want. That's the dream here. Okay, can I get someone to be brave now? Who's not raised their hand yet? And tell me what I do with the left-hand side. What's the left-hand side going to turn into, please? The numerator. What's the numerator of the left-hand side going to turn into? Go ahead. Cos times cos plus 1, right? So cos theta times 1 plus cos. Any question on what happened there? The denominator had an extra 1 plus cos, so the numerator has to have an extra 1 plus cos. Can someone else be brave and tell me what the numerator on the right-hand side is going to be? Go ahead, Cal. Would be sine theta squared. Yeah, sine squared theta squared. If you, for right now, I'm just going to call it sine theta times sine theta because I had questions about that, but that is sine squared theta. Okay, how are we feeling so far? Good? No comments? No comment means we're good? Amanda, you all right? Okay. Now, can someone be brave, a new person, and simplify the entire numerator for me? What's cos theta times 1 plus cos theta going to equal? Okay, go ahead. This is going to end up being sine squared theta, but this one won't quite. Okay, I'm just going to FOIL this over to the next page here. Hopefully. That just going. Whoa, goodness, not that far. We'll go there instead. Okay, so this is just going to be cos theta. And this is where I lose people, so I'm just going to slow down a little bit and give you guys a chance to copy down there. Okay. Can someone be brave and explain to me where the having cos theta plus cos squared theta came from? Okay, go ahead. Yeah, well, cos times 1 is cos. Cos times cos is cos squared. All right, now for the magic step. Can someone please be brave and finish this question for me? There's one magic thing that can work here, hopefully. I don't see anything that can cancel or I can substitute. Any hints? What's that? Yeah, good. Go ahead. Very good. That's going to be our theta identity. Okay? So this is going to turn into cos theta plus 1 over sin theta plus cos theta. Yeah. Just like, if you need me to write it like this, I will. But it means the same thing. And that cancels. And 1% left side equals right side and all that stuff. Now this is probably a middle of the road difficulty. Okay, right? There are ones that are worse than this. I was telling people this last night on the test. There's probably going to be 4 identities, 3 or 4, and it's going to be like a choice though. Okay, so if there's 4 identities, you got to pick your favorite 3 to do. So if you get stuck on one, that's okay. You know what I mean? Just skip it. That's what's going to happen. There'll be one that's really easy, and then probably 2 that are like middle of the road, and 1 that's relatively difficult. Like not like as bad as the one on your assignment. Like that last one on the assignment's awful. But not that bad, but yes.
Just for like writing your proof thing,
Yeah.
equals RS,
Yeah.
what is it, results?
Proven.
You have to write them.
You should write 2 of those things. Think of it like a therefore statement. Like left side goes right side QED. That's like a therefore statement.
What is QED mean?
It's just a statement like for a proof. It means that was lived to be proved. It's like signing your name at the end of your proof. It's done. It's just a formal way to end a proof. Yeah.
I got late, so I got one. I think you get attendance.
I'm already present, I think.
Good.
It's recording. Mr. Murphy, if you're watching this, Logan Trevor was late today. Okay. Good? Does this sort of make sense what happened here? The way these go is that when you're following along with me, like, hopefully it should make sense. You got to struggle yourself though to try it. Like that's the tricky part for this. Okay. I know I'm not educational. Think of me as that teacher from that Netflix movie. I'm sorry, bad joke. Okay, this one here on the other side here is much more difficult. Okay. This says sine 4 theta plus 2 cos squared theta minus cos 4 theta equals 1. Okay, this is hideous in fact. All right. I'm going to give you the first step. This is like level difficult. Okay. The first step is I'm going to write it like this. Okay. When I look at that question, okay, I say to myself, I have no idea how to deal with a cos 4 or a sine 4. I can deal with cos squared. I've seen that before, right? Like I can handle that. But sine 4 and cos 4 I can't deal with. So I'm going to put them together like that, as in sine 4 theta minus cos 4 theta. Does anyone want to guess how I can deal with sine 4 theta minus cos 4 theta? Albert, go ahead. No, not quite. Sine squared plus cos squared is equal to 1. How do you deal with sine 4 minus cos 4?
Negative 1?
Nope. Riley, go ahead.
Differences.
Difference of squares. Now, Riley, why, and I'll write this out for you, Riley, why might that be helpful to us, do you think? Yeah. And that's what's difficult with this question, because if you don't see that as your first step, it's very difficult to do. Now, if you're taking a look, we turn this entire question into sine squares and cos squares. And if you look at the last question on the assignment, okay, that's one that you'll have to turn everything into sine squares like this. Okay, Now, we can neaten this up a little bit. Can someone other than Riley tell me one thing I can do to neaten this up? Is there anything I can change here? David, go ahead.
Put a 1.
Which part, where?
It's where it's-
Yeah,
it's where it's-
this is just equal to 1, right? So this is just equal to 1 times sine squared theta minus cos squared theta plus 2 cos squared theta. Okay, I'm getting just about giddy. I'm so happy so far. Okay, can I get someone else to be brave and to tell me how this is good? Okay, you two are out. Somebody third person. So I have sine squared theta minus cos squared theta plus 2 cos squared theta. What can I do? Sorry, go ahead.
Could you bring the cos out?
Yeah, good. So this is just gonna come out, right? This is gonna be sine squared theta. Okay, so those will combine. What's negative cos squared theta plus 2 cos squared theta? Cos squared theta. So I'm left with sine squared theta plus cos squared theta. Why am I happy? Equals 1. Now, this is the problem with identities though, okay? Because if you don't get that first step, okay, to see this as sine 4 minus cos 4 and that's the difference of squares, this is insanely difficult to do, right? Like, it's impossible to probably almost do without that. Okay, so the point is for these questions, what you're trying to do is make them, write them in terms of sine and cos, right? And then again, for me, the big target was sine 4 I didn't like because it's not, like, cos squared, I know I can deal with that, okay, but sine 4 I couldn't. Okay, ready to take a break from identities? Okay, I'm gonna move on to 3D word problems here right now. In a sec, you're gonna get about a 30-second break here while I stop this.